Okay, today we are looking at the HP L2045w 20-inch flat screen monitor, and we've got issues. Got the white screen, or the white screen of death. This is what it looks like. Boom. No display. Great. So now we're going to learn how to fix it. So first thing you're going to want to do is take all the cables off. This one's got a VGA power cord. Okay. Now there's 12 screws we're going to take off of this guy in order to get into where the problem is, which is a ribbon cable that's come loose. Now normally they don't come loose, but since we're kind of a rental house, these things get kind of beat around and shipped across country to different trade shows, so they come loose. So the first screws we're going to take off are these 4 here on the back. Okay, take the stand off. The second 4 that come off, or 1 in each corner, here, and on the other side. Now after that is done, we're going to have to take off the bezel. You can kind of see here there's a line here. And that's the only real tricky part about this whole deal, is trying to get that piece off. So what I have here are the tools that we're going to need for the job. What I've got here is a small pry bar. Got a number 2 Phillips. And then a slightly smaller one. It's number 1 Phillips. That's going to be for the screws that are on the inside of the bezel. Now you might not have this exact same monitor. You might have a slightly different monitor, but it might have the same problem, so your mileage may vary. Okay, now for the 4 outside screws. Okay, now for the fun part. Okay, now the next part of this project is the most difficult, I think. Because we're going to try to pry these 2 halves apart. Now sometimes the plastic is a little brittle, depending on how old it is and all that, so this is where it gets a little sketchy. Now, I don't have the perfect tool for this. If they make some kind of Slim Jim or something to pull these 2 halves apart. So what I've got is my little pry bar. And what you want to do is just give it a good tap on the end of this. And it's going to mar up the plastic probably a little bit here, but you know what, it's going to save your monitor, so you just gotta have to be kind of careful with it. So There we go. That's the click we're looking for. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, once you've got it started, you can kind of work your way down. You have to be kind of gutsy with this. I'm not afraid to break a couple of the tabs. It's either that or monitor no worky. So you just kind of move it around. Now be careful too as you're doing this. You know, don't scratch the screen while you're in the middle of doing this, or kind of defeated the purpose. I say that almost like I've done that before. Okay. Once you got most of it off, it should just kind of pop off. You got to remember too, is down here at the bottom of the bezel here, you're going to have two sets of wires that are going to connect to the front of the bezel. Be careful when you pull this off. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you open this up, and there's the two wires there. And those are just plugs, you just pull them off here. Okay, so this plug comes off. Just gonna give it a little pull. And this one too. Okay. So now the bezel is free. Okay, now you can go ahead and pull the monitor out of the back piece of the plastic here. And how you do that is you look for the side that doesn't have the USB ports on it, and that's this side, and this side is going to be the side that's gonna slowly move out. Voila. Here are the last 4 screws, 2 on either side, that need to come off, and that's going to separate the 2 halves of the internal monitor. So we're going to use the smaller Phillips for. Okay, so now we're ready to separate the 2 pieces of the monitor here, and we're going to look for that cable. Just be careful because you can't really pull it back too far. It's still attached. Okay, here's the ribbon cable we're looking at, and see, it's come pulled out. So we're going to reattach that, and we're going to put some tape on it. Okay, I'm going to use this this foil tape here, only because it's really sticky. Not only that, but this isn't going to, you know, get dry and come off if it gets a little warm back here on the back of this monitor. I'm sure this monitor is going to get hot when it's turned on for hours and hours, so. You know, I was thinking, you know, this tape's metallic, so is that going to interfere with the display at all? Well, you know, it might. But right now we're not getting a display at all, so I'm thinking this is the best candidate. You know, and this is just regular kind of ducking tape you get at Home Depot or Lowe's. Okay, that's the fix. Let's see if it works. goes back together in reverse order. Not too difficult. Okay, got those screws in. Now we're ready to put the back piece on. Just gotta be careful not to put too much force on that little silicone board there. Cool. That's it. Getting close. Now fitting this on is a lot easier than taking it off. It just, once you get it lined up, it just kind of snaps together. Alright, let's check it. Okay, so we got the VGA and the power plug back in. Now let's go to see if we've got this fixed. And there we go. This concludes the White Screen of Death mod and repair.